Hi all, and welcome back to another episode of WolfQuest Anniversary Edition, Nat's Journey, with Nat, Stickbug, and their 4 pups. In the last episode, we finished up the Young Hunter's quest, so we are now able to proceed to the next quest, which is going to be finding another den, so that Nat can have her next litter of puppies. So we need to find a den, revisiting the ones that we found in winter. Of course, our territory is looking a little bit not so great. That's primarily because Nat hasn't had a lot of success kind of fighting off rival wolves. It's easy for her to get too injured and have to retreat, as well as she's been trying to keep her 4 pups of the previous year kind of alive and well, and so if anything got too dicey, she was kind of fleeing from various territory fights, which resulted in us losing some territory to the rival packs. I think we should still have enough to kind of claim a den. Maybe we head for that one that is kind of directly south of us. Okay, so here we are at the den to the south. It looks like it is this big, kind of interesting looking rock den. So we are going to claim this one. It's an open den, which means we're going to be vulnerable to eagle attacks. Unfortunate, but a lot of the dens are open dens. I think there are more open dens than there are wooded dens. What are we going to call this? This is going to be the big rock pile. Okay, the den is ready for pups. So as you can see, the 4 paw prints of our previous litter have gone away. It is our birthday, so Nat is going to get to age up. Unfortunately for Nat, she is an Ultra Iron Wolf, so that means she is not allowed to take any of these wonderful, helpful age perks. We are just going to advance to age 4 without taking any age perks. Yep, I know that we cannot go back to our younger self. Okay, so it looks like she only had 4 pups this year. And they should be coming out of the den soon, so we can see them. As you can see, Cricket, Lacewing, Weevil, and Moth are all pretty much full grown at this point. I think they're still a little bit smaller and weaker than the adults as yearlings, but they're certainly a lot bigger and stronger than when they were pups. And they should be able to help us out with a lot of hunting and kind of defending the territory now. I'm really loving Moth's coat. I don't know what coat that is, but I think it's very pretty. Lacewing turned out to look a lot like Stickbug, and then Weevil kind of looks a lot like his mom. Okay, so here's our pups of the year, coming out of the den now. Honestly, 2013 M kind of looks a lot like Moth. I wonder if he will continue to look like Moth. So go ahead and leave your name suggestions in the comments. I think I will be recording a couple of episodes before we give them their names so that people have kind of opportunities to make suggestions. 2011M and 2012F are both very orange, which is interesting. I'm not quite sure where they got that. Neither Stickbug nor Gnat are very orange, but these two are super orange, as is kind of Cricket. Then we've got 2014F there in the back, who is kind of a little more brown-gray. Now if we look at their stats, 3 of them are the exact same weight at 4.9 pounds, and the 4th is 5.5, so it doesn't look like we have a runt this year. I don't think we did yet last year either, unless I'm misremembering. But yeah, 4 healthy pups. It's going to be interesting seeing how our pups of the previous year interact with our pups of the current year. And I doubt that anyone is going to disperse too soon here. I think they have to... I don't know actually if they can disperse while the pups are small. It might have to be when the pups are a bit bigger. But usually I find in the first year, none of your pups really go and disperse. We've probably got another kind of till these guys grow up before any of our previous pups consider leaving the pack. So we will get to spend a bit more time with them, see more of their personality as they continue to grow. Well, let's see. All of the pups are fully fed. I'm not really loving how close the rival packs are here, so I think I'm going to go see if Nat can kind of sneakily steal some of that territory. We are going to send the pups into the den, and a new thing that we can kind of do now is we can whine to have certain wolves come with us, when we head out. So I have actually changed my favorites to get rid of the kind of whining pups out of the den on the 5 key because that was causing a lot of problems, and I've replaced it with the kind of whine to get the attention of your pack mates. So if we go into not known wolves, if we go into our pack stats, we can see that Stickbug, Moth, Weevil, and Lacewing are all going to come with us, and Cricket is going to stay back at the den, which is good because obviously, if we have someone stay back at the den, the affinity will not go down as quickly, and the pups won't come out and wander and get lost. So that is something that becomes a lot easier once you have yearlings and subordinates, is keeping that affinity high. Hopefully we won't run into too much trouble as we try to kind of take these couple of territory hexes, but I will kind of catch up with you after these are marked or if we run into trouble. So I will see you soon. Oh, it looks like the geode wolf pack was actually here pretty recently, so hopefully they're far enough away that we can kind of howl a couple of times and take this territory. I'm also probably going to rally so that we have a little bit of a stamina boost. Gnat could really use it. It does look like we'll probably be able to claim this particular hex. Yeah, we're good. Huh. Stickbug was just growling at us, which is kind of weird. I don't quite, if anybody kind of has theories on why sometimes your packmates will start growling at you, I'd love to hear them because I'm not quite sure what that means, if they're trying to communicate something or if that's just kind of one of the new things that they do now and then. It'll be interesting to see kind of who seems to be causing a little bit of conflict in the pack. Well, while we were hunting, we came across the scent of the elderberry herd and a cottonwood creek dispersal. He's got the message and is leaving our territory. But this is really going to be our first, our yearlings' kind of first hunt as adult members of the pack. So let's rally again, because our last rally wore off. Strangely, the elk don't seem to be super scared of us, despite the fact that we're kind of just standing here as 5 wolves and howling at them. We might have to kind of run in and try to spook them a little bit. There they go. Alright, so obviously Cricket isn't with us, but we've got Moth, Weevil, and Lacewing. So Stickbug is running right in there and seems to have already selected a cow elk. We'll see if that was a good choice. She's pretty fast. Moth's going in as well, as is Weevil. Lacewing's kind of hanging back a little bit. Oh, we don't want to get trampled. I've been doing a little bit better in my games about not getting trampled, but that doesn't mean that it couldn't happen here, especially with the elk kind of crossing over each other's paths. Goodness, it doesn't help that this elk that Stickbug bit has kind of decided to be in the middle of everything. Okay, she is about half health. That's not bad. Yeah, once again, let's not get trampled. Moth and Stickbug are staying on her. Moth has sustained a minor injury. That's okay. As long as her health is still... Oh, wow. Not only has she sustained a minor injury, she's actually sustained quite a bit of damage. So we are going to have to kind of keep a close eye on her. This isn't super surprising given what we saw of her in the Young Hunter's quest. She does kind of just seem to run right in there and bite and not really pay attention to how much damage she's taking. So that's definitely, yeah, we'll have to keep a close eye on her even now that she's a yearling. Stickbug also seems to have taken quite a bit of damage. This is why I prefer to kind of chase the elk for a while and tire them out. But I've found that the NPC mates and pups aren't too keen on that, so you kind of have to like back off and make sure that they like really get the message that you're not trying to immediately bite an elk if you want them to just not go charging in and taking a bunch of damage. Which is a little weird and a little frustrating, because I know obviously when you're in the Young Hunter's quest, the quest tells you to kind of teach your pups good hunting techniques, like targeting weak elk and tiring the elk out before you bite, and then your mate just kind of charges in there as like bite, 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 bite right away. It's like, well, you're not really teaching them good habits, are you? Then you end up with Moth taking good, what, 53% of her health and damage. Okay, has everyone eaten? Awesome, we're good to go back to the den. Alright, looks like Cricket has the pups out of the den and is kind of keeping them company to keep that pack affinity up. That is excellent. Cricket is so far doing a wonderful job babysitting his younger siblings. There we go. Hi, pups. We can give them a little more food and then get some rest. All right, what do we need to do today? We did get a bit of marking done over there. I would like to mark these ones over to the right as well. I want to have a buffer between our den and these hexes because now that we've got yearlings, we're not just going to run into like 3 wolves attacking the den. We might run into 4 or 5 wolves attacking the den. So I'd like to dissuade the wolf attacks as much as possible. Those are definitely some of the most dangerous, like after the first year. Honestly, during the first year too, but coyotes can also be a lot of trouble during the first year, but once you've got yearlings, they're not as much trouble. They'll kind of run away pretty quick. That is not the case for stranger wolves. They are happy to hang around and do their best to kill your pups. So, yeah, having a little bit more of a buffer would be nice. Looks like just Stickbug and Weevil came with us this time, which is fine. I'm hoping we don't run into any, like, real conflict, but we'll see. Okay, we're back at the den. We managed to mark quite a bit of Coyote Creek territory, actually. I'd still like to go down and get this kind of geode pack territory, possibly after we rest once more, but so far we're doing a pretty good job of kind of not running into trouble. Looks like maybe a couple of the pups were out with their siblings, and a couple were in the den. Alright, awesome. It doesn't look like the geode pack has reinforced that territory down there. We are going to howl to give each of our hexes a little bit of a boost. I don't have any more food for the pups, so we're going to send them inside. And, yeah, I'm going to head down and mark, let's see, who should come with me? Looks like Moth, Lacewing. Moth and Lacewing are like the least full on food, so maybe we will take them with us. Oh. Apparently everybody wants to come along. Well, the flea load is still fairly low, so why not? Let's all go as a family. And I'm gonna actually head to that carcass before we go anywhere else, just to see if we can get a little bit of food, assuming something hasn't, like, eaten it down to nothing. Okay, looks like there's still plenty of food here, so that is good for us. There's also some coyotes, which is less good, but I'm not super concerned about them, honestly. Just make sure we kind of make it clear that this food isn't for them. I don't really want to get in a fight with them proper because they do quite a bit of damage on accurate if they bite you. But yeah, thankfully they're not very inclined to attack you when you've got a good number of wolves with you. Okay, how are we doing on food? All of the pups are full. Stickbug actually stayed back at the den. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, then we are going to go and do some marking now, heading down to these hexes down here. As we can see, Moth is kind of leading the pack with her tail held high. She's very confident. Her siblings are kind of keeping pace with their mom. I really think she's a very bold wolf. There's a watchtower dispersal who seems to want to cause some trouble. This is our territory and you are 1 dispersal. Yeah, his tail is tucked. He knows this isn't a fight he's gonna win. Why are you even starting a fight with us? Excuse me, mister. Get out of here. Yeah? Oh, there were actually 2. Okay, well that makes a little more sense than just like 1 dispersal. But there we go. They are running. I feel like they kind of deserve a name for being a little bit feisty and hanging out on our territory. Let's see. These 2 watchtower males. Let's call them. We're gonna have Scorch here, watchtower, and his brother Ash. I'm probably going to reuse a lot of kind of rival wolf names. I'm just making them up on the spot, so naturally some names are gonna come to mind more than once. I feel like I dropped a meat chunk somewhere around here. And it's gone forever. That's what happens when you drop meat chunks. Okay, a couple more things I want to mark and then... Oh, there it is. A couple more things I want to mark and then we'll go back to the den. There's some bison a little too close for comfort here. Set this down. We're going to keep a very close eye on them. I actually just lost my main single-player wolf's heir to bison and pretty much ruined the entire pack family tree, so I'm having to start all over with that. So bison are on my bad list, and I don't want anything to do with them. Alright, I think we could probably snag a few more hexes down here and then head back up. Oh ho ho, what is this? A herd of elk? Well, that might be good. We got all our pups with us, and something is making a danger music. I don't know what... Oh. What? Who are you? 1415M, from where? Just a random... Dispersals are really picking a weird number of fights with us today. Moth is not having any of it. Yeah, get out of here. Did he have he had another wolf with him as well, didn't he? Hey. Wow, yeah, they... Kind of seems like anybody and everybody thinks they can take Gnat's territory, and that is just not true. Okay, Bitterroot, we're gonna have Burdock, Bitterroot, and 2 R's. His brother, Yarrow. Goodness gracious. Very, very bold dispersals. And time to rally again, because rallies, I don't know, they wear off pretty quickly. Is it the next, like, 5 minutes in-game? 5 minutes does not last very long when you're kind of running all over the territory. Hello, elk. I would like to get them to run. As, okay, Moth's still doing pretty okay. I was worried she might have taken some damage from fighting that dispersal, but no, she really didn't. Yeah, I don't know why they think they can get away with challenging us on our own territory when we are a pack and they are a couple of random dispersals, but they've learned their lesson. Okay, time to keep an eye out for an elk that seems like it is holding its head back a lot, as that usually indicates they are a bit weaker than the rest of the herd. These two... Oh, goodness gracious. Hello, pronghorn. That's... Oh, well. Oh. Dang. Oh, okay. Well, she's pretty weak anyway, but I was hoping we could get her while she was still kind of falling down. Oh. Thank you for trying to trample me. If we can let our pups do a little bit of the hunting here, that would benefit us as, again, Gnat's not super high on health, and I do anticipate now that our pups are... Okay, I thought they were actually a lot bigger than they were, but they're still in the 6.8 to 7 pound range. Once they start getting to like 8-9 pounds, I start anticipating the first predator attack. So we've got a little ways to go still. But yeah, our pups were able to easily take down this cow elk, so they're doing great. We raised them well. Now it's spending all this time kind of marking these hexes and getting her territory larger, and the second anyone starts to challenge it, she's probably going to lose it all again. Maybe not so much now that she has some yearlings who are a little bit less fragile than pups. Maybe she'll actually stand a chance now. We'll have to see. Back at the den, we are exhausted. We brought some food for Stickbug. Gonna really quickly feed the pups and then obviously get some more rest. Oh, he looks a lot like Moth. That's interesting. Maybe his name could be something similar to Moth or a type of moth. Again, like I kind of said in the last episode, the names don't have to be after bugs, but given that's kind of what we've named the rest of the pack, I'll probably give preference to bug-themed names. Okay, I don't really mind who comes with us today. I kind of just want to send the pups in and go do a little bit... Oh, okay, actually, no. No. We're going to get some rest, and then we're going to go out and do some marking, because Gnat is going to just keep running into that kind of, like, really tired. I'm doing the wrong whine. I'm so used to the Called the Pups Out wine being on the 5 that I've started to squeak to all of my packmates that we're going on a journey. And we are not going on a journey, we are going on a sleep. That's not a thing that people say. We are going back to sleep. It's starting to rain. Let's hope that doesn't result in the den flooding. The pups are still really small to be moving. It was just a light rain. We're probably fine. None of us has food though, so in the den you all go. Gonna howl, get the territory a little bit stronger, and then kind of take stock of 2013M. You cannot come with us. You can't come with us. You gotta go in the den with your siblings. Okay. Right, let's check the map. Yeah. I'm not loving kind of this upper part, so I think I'm probably going to maybe head over to this 35% hex and just kind of like go along the borders. I definitely don't want to give Cottonwood Creek any chance to get near our pups, especially since they did manage to kill one of them. They killed Skipper in our last litter, and I have never forgiven them for it, and I never will. So, anytime I see Cottonwood Creek causing trouble on somebody else's YouTube playthrough, I'm like, ah, Cottonwood Creek! Yeah, we don't like them. Let's see. Ugh. All of this territory marking is kind of a little bit tedious. It's better than it was before the saga, but definitely still requires a lot of maintenance and not really something that I can turn into interesting content, so end up having to record for quite a bit longer than the actual length of the episode just to get all of these places marked so that we don't have strangers coming in and harassing us as much. It's especially kind of troublesome on these mountainous parts because obviously if the ground gets too steep you start to slide like this, which Gnat has just been kind of doing constantly. It slows down how fast you move and you can't really control your wolf until they finish sliding, so yay! Okay, we got a fair bit of marking done. There's still a few hexes that I would like to reinforce, but I'm first gonna have Nat get some rest and then probably take some of her pups and or Stickbug out to go hunting. Obviously we have no food for the pups right now. Yeah, everybody's saying, let's go hunting, let's go hunting. Yeah, not just yet, everybody. We're gonna have to get some rest first. Oh, apparently they went hunting without us? Okay. I'm honestly fine with that. Are they gonna feed the pups? Yes, Stickbug is feeding the pups. Okay, I actually haven't quite seen that happen. I've definitely seen our wolves kind of go out and hunt and come back with food once or twice, but never when I was sleeping. So they've never immediately just come back and been like, we have food now. But honestly, I'm glad. I was kind of worried. I guess after this we have gotten a bit of rest. We can head out and mark those. Oh, they marked also. Wow. Our pack is pretty effective. Guess everybody decided that Nat needed a little bit of rest and they were gonna kind of take over some of her duties for the time being. I don't know. How are the pups doing on weight? I do think we're gonna get some additional rest anyway. And then probably wrap up the episode. Probably wrap up the episode pretty soon here. Alright, we're starting to have a little bit of a problem with fleas. They are still mild, but we're gonna start getting itchy. Should have enough food to feed the pups, and then obviously we are going to need to take Moth and Lacewing out to hunt, as they're starting to get pretty hungry themselves. Hello, Wolverine. Get out of here. Oof. Why? Why? That's what I was trying to do, is kind of just do a little bit of damage to it, but apparently, if you attack them from the wrong side, they're just gonna do 106 damage to you, and that's that. We should be able to chase it off with all of our pups here, but, rude. That was rude. You're not gonna win this one, Mr. Wolverine. And now there's a cougar? Are you kidding me? Hey. Nope. We can't catch a break. Okay, you know what? While our pups distract that cougar, we're just gonna get something to eat. Hopefully it'll just maybe hang back and let us eat. How do you feel about just hanging back and letting us eat, cougar? Hard to say. Looks like it's kind of a no from the cougar. It is chasing Cricket now. Okay, we will chase you off too if we have to. Okay, how are we doing? Still in the 80s, we're fine. Honestly. This is our carcass, we killed it. Go away. I'm sorry. It apparently swatted Gnat, and now she has a major injury. And the... This is not... Why? Why? I mean, it's a body injury, so her stamina is going to be absolutely atrocious until it heals. And we just happened to be in the wrong place when it was swatting, apparently. That's a bit of a setback, but hopefully this cow elk is kind of enough to sustain us for a while. Moth, can you please get a little bit more food? Okay, she is. And we are going to bring this chunk back for Lacewing and hope that Stickbug doesn't eat it. Gosh, I guess I could just be glad that that cougar didn't do more damage to us. But yeah, that is unfortunate. We're going to be going into the next episode with a major injury. And Gnat's already really, really bad stamina has now lowered to approximately what an average wolf would have if they hadn't slept in a few days. Oh yeah, our rally just wore off. Now her stamina is even worse. But thankfully we are back at the den. I imagine Stickbug would be pretty concerned to see his mate come back with what is probably a huge injury on the side of her body. She'd try to reassure him that she's okay, but obviously she's a bit worried about kind of how they're going to proceed from this point. Tell me that Lacewing's gonna get a little bit of food. Moth, you don't need that. Your sister does. Okay. I'm going to feed the puppies, and hopefully the excess food that is on the ground will be for Lacewing to take. Because honestly, she's down to like 53% food. Stickbug and Lacewing are just kind of staring each other down. Here, Lacewing, you can come have some of this. Goodness. Clearly no one is concerned for their very hungry sister / daughter. Alright, we are going to get a little bit of rest, and assuming nothing immediately attacks us, I'm going to end the episode off there. Oh, goodness. Yeah, get out of here. Okay, we didn't even trigger the predator attack icon because we saw the coyotes right away and ran over. So yeah, that's approximately how easy coyotes get to deal with once you have yearlings. They really don't stick around to fight. They just kind of hope that they can sneak in and kill a pup before anyone spots them. So as long as you have kind of a open view and you're able to spot them, they aren't much trouble after the first year. Thankfully, it looks like we have enough food for the pups. Lacewing is starting to get really hungry. We very clearly aren't going to be able to hunt for her, so I'm not sure what we're going to do in the next episode. But please remember to leave some name suggestions if you would like in the comments for the pups, and I will see you next time on another episode of WolfQuest Anniversary Edition, Gnat's Journey with Gnat, Stickbug, their yearlings, and their brand new puppies. See ya!